So we're still in the 30s, Sarah Costa.
I know.
When you did leave the house yesterday, break it down. What did the outfit look like?
It was tennis shoes, sweatpants, and not like cute sweatpants, like the kind that like Rocky jogs in.
Nice.
Hoodie.
Yeah.
It wasn't a cute look at all, Sarah, but you got to do what you got to do when you have to brave the elements.
Yeah, absolutely. But guys, I'm so happy to say this. The sun is going to come out today.
Yes.
Okay, we are going to have beautiful sunshine, and that clearing line is actually racing across the hill country as we speak. I'm showing you a view from the GOES 16 satellite up in space. That's the technical name of it, where you can see each individual cloud, and you can actually see very clearly the clearing line here as it's moving on down south. It's moving into Austin right now, so Austin is going to see the sun a little bit sooner than us in San Antonio, and even Kerrville, which is right here, is starting to see that clearing line push on through. Same story near Del Rio. So it's just a matter of hours before we see the sunshine here in San Antonio for the first time since Tuesday. It has been a cloudy, damp, and chilly stretch, and I am ready to say goodbye to it. Take a look outside right now. The roads are a little damp still, and it's 40 degrees at the airport. Still cloudy. Winds are from the north at about 10 miles per hour. We're actually going to have a bit of a breeze today. Winds gusting up to about 25 miles per hour from the north. And as we take a look at the TransGuide image here, there's still some damp spots on the roads. This is 37 at Southeast Military, and you can see the droplets of drizzle there on the TransGuide camera. Elsewhere, it is cold this morning. We're still having to bundle up if you have to go out early this morning. 40 in New Braunfels, 39 at JBSA Randolph, 43 in Castroville, 39 in Rio Medina, 36 in Bandera, freezing in Los Maples, 35 in Kerrville, and 36 in Comfort. A wider view, it's 32 in Rock Springs, 42 in Del Rio, 39 in Beeville, and 41 in Victoria. But again, that clearing line on our doorstep, it's pushing its way through the hill country and Del Rio right now. We're going to see that clearing line move through San Antonio in that I-35 corridor as early as 8 o'clock this morning. And then by noon, we'll have total sunshine here in San Antonio, and skies will be clearing for our coastal communities like Gonzales, Hallettsville, Cuero, and in DeWitt County as well. We'll be seeing that clearing line. By the afternoon, everybody will be seeing total sunshine, and that's going to have a nice effect on our temperatures. It's not necessarily going to be warm today, but it is going to be the warmest it's been since Tuesday. 60 degrees for the high in San Antonio, mid-60s out west toward Del Rio, 66 degrees, 59 for the high in Kerrville, right around 60 degrees around the San Antonio metro area. So get out, enjoy today's sunshine. It's going to be great today, especially after we've been cooped up inside for a while. At 10, we'll be at 44 degrees, at noon 51, and then once again this afternoon 60, the warmest since Tuesday. Winds will be breezy, gusting up to about 25 miles per hour from the north. And just a word here, if you're planning on going out tonight, know that it is going to get chilly very quickly after the sun sets. We'll be in the low 40s by 10 p.m. All right, on the satellite and radar, a bit of activity across the southeast, but generally quiet across the central plains. We've got a high pressure system out across parts of West Texas, and this is going to settle overhead in the coming days. And so we're in for a stretch of clear and quiet weather. Temperatures will be rebounding to near 70 degrees by Tuesday. It's going to be a very quiet and pleasant week, but unfortunately, we are not going to see any chances for rain. Even this past week, we've only seen a few hundredths of an inch of rainfall around San Antonio, and we are still under moderate drought in many places, with a severe drought out west toward Del Rio and exceptional drought across parts of the Winter Garden region and down southwest toward Laredo. So that's the one negative part about the forecast, but the positive is that it's going to be very comfortable in the week ahead as we start March. We'll have cool mornings and comfortable afternoons. Of note, we are expecting a light freeze early tomorrow morning, so we'll be right at about freezing as we start your Monday, but again, temperatures are going to rebound nicely in the afternoon, mid-60s to start your work week.
Awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
I approve.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
All right, 6:15, 39 degrees out.
All right, Max, we have some high school basketball highlights.
We do. I saw Sarah Spivey tweeting about this earlier this morning.
Go Cougs!
There you go. So we're going to have that. And, of course, we're going to have the Spurs, too.
All right, let's take a look at these lotto numbers. Pick 3, 800, Fireball 1, Daily 4, 8950, Fireball 5.
Cash 5, 19, 21, 23, 30, 32. Lotto Texas, 24, 26, 35, 37, 46, and 50. Here we go. Powerball, 15, 32, 36, 48, 64. Powerball 19, Power Play 3. Good luck. We'll be right back. All right, Rodeo Road Trip, and we have a back-to-back Spurs and Heat. So let's see. Down in South Beach, Spurs down 3 players. Keldon Johnson, Jakob Poeltl, and DeJounte out. We got a couple sore backs and a left knee contusion, but we must weather on. So the Spurs starting off hot, and look at this defense into offense. A lot of what we've seen, and then high-flying Spurs. We got Lonnie Walker. We have Devin Vassell just cutting through the lane, but there he was, Jimmy Butler putting the team on his back to end the first half, sneaking it in. And then look at this ball movement. Vintage Spurs, looking like the 2014 championship. Bang, from 3. Like I said, Devin Vassell, the best-kept secret in the league, but Tyler Hero, possible 6th man of the year. He would lead the Heat to a comeback. Spurs doing what they can, throwing it from 3, but they just could not do enough to close the gap, and they would lose a barn burner in the end, 133 to 129.
And they took a big hit in the second quarter. We had, I think, 11 turnovers in the second quarter, and they came back. We just kept on playing, and that's the character of these guys. Is probably the most special thing about them. Young group that keeps on playing. So very, very proud of them. Did a wonderful job again against a fine basketball team, obviously. So there's a lot we can take from that.
Like I said, 3 starters out, and the Spurs closing out that 8-game Rodeo Road Trip tomorrow night, taking on Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizz. Well, back here at home, we got high school hoops, high school basketball, girls Class 6A regional final. Clark and Steele early 4th quarter. Sydney Love driving to the bucket. She had the and one. She hit the free throw, tying it at 42 all. Love posted 31 points, but the Cougars, they take the lead back. Ramsey in the corner. That's a 3. Clark up by 3. Then, wait for it, Aaliyah Roberson knocking down the pull-up jumper. 2 of her team high 16. And last but not least, here we go. Look at that. Into the lane. Bang. Haley Adams draws the foul. 7-0 run. Cougs get it. Clark hangs on to win it. 52-49. Going to next week's UIL state tournament. First time in program history.
I can't. It's actually crazy right now. I'm still kind of in shock. My adrenaline's running and everything, but everything is just great right now. I just can't describe at this point.
We tried to get here for 4 years and we finally made it, and I'm just happy to be here with this team and these girls and these coaches and this program, and it feels amazing.
It feels great. 3 years ago, it was a bitter ending, so I'm really happy that we were able to pull it out this year and make it what we've been trying to make it all year long.
And they are far from done. Clark will play next in the Alamodome Class 6A state semifinals on Friday. And of course, we got the sports guys bringing you all of this and so much more tonight on Instant Replay. Tune in 11 p.m. right after the Night Beat. And of course, our Sarah Spivey doing some dancing in the corner.
Yeah, go Cougs. I went to Clark High School.
There you go.
Exciting.
Time now, 6:22, 39 degrees out.
All right, coming up next, the Southside Park will be home to a food forest the next few years after several trees were planted yesterday. It's the beginning of something new coming to one Southside Park, a food forest. So volunteers from the Food Policy Council of San Antonio planted around 60 trees at Padre Park yesterday. Those trees will grow. They're pecan trees, fig trees, mulberry plums, and pear trees. The event also included Indigenous blessing ceremony from the organization American Indians in Texas. The nonprofit group says all the trees planted will thrive in the area.
Part of our agenda at the Food Policy Council with this food forest is to show that our floodplain areas and the city and the county own lots and lots of areas that can't be developed for residential or commercial developments can be used to produce food. And so it's our hope that floodplains throughout the city can be utilized to grow especially pecans, but all sorts of other crops as well.
The trees planted yesterday will take anywhere from 3 to 8 years to grow and mature.
You know what? Considering the weather yesterday was a pretty good showing.
I know. Brave.
Yeah.
Brave souls.
Time now is 6:26, 39 degrees out.
All right, still ahead on GMSA, we'll talk about the top health concern among African American women as we get to the end of Black History Month.
Plus, overnight police searching for the person responsible for a shooting. What they're now thinking led up to the attack. We have details right after the break. Good morning, welcome back, and happy Sunday. 6:30 this morning, Sunday, February 27th. We're getting towards the end of February. Ooh. Only really one day left. How was your February been?
I'm just not a February fan. I said I'm not a January fan. February gets a little better.
When do you start being a fan of the months?
March and
March
April.
Is your
you
month?
know why? March is spring.
Okay.
Spring break. Flowers start blooming. April is fiesta. I get so excited for those spring months.
All right, but Sarah Spivey, you're telling us the sun will come out today.
It will. It's cloudy around San Antonio right now, but give it a couple of hours and we are going to see some sun, full sun, in fact, this afternoon. Take a look outside right now, though. We are chilly and cloudy at the airport. It's 40 degrees, 39 at JBSC Randolph, 40 in New Braunfels, 41 in Hondo, 36 at Bernie Stage Airfield, and 34 in Kerrville. But you can see that clearing line. It's on our doorstep here, and throughout the morning, we're going to see skies clear in San Antonio. 42 in Del Rio this morning, 41 in Carrizo Springs, below freezing in Rock Spring, and it's freezing in Fredericksburg. So today, last day of the rodeo, and if you're planning on going out there, just know that it's going to be sunny and fairly comfortable too. A little bit on the chilly side. We'll still be in the 50s by noon, but in the afternoon, 60 degrees for the high temperature. North winds today at 10 to 15, gusting up to 25 miles per hour. So what's up with the weather? What do you need to know? Clearing skies this morning, as we just talked about, and this afternoon we're going to be the warmest we've been since last Tuesday. It's been a stretch here of damp and chilly weather, but in the week ahead, Sarah Acosta's getting her wish. Beautiful spring-like week as far as the weather is concerned. We'll talk about how warm those temperatures will be in the week ahead in just a few minutes. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. New this morning, San Antonio police investigating a shooting that happened just north of the medical center. Right now, we know one person injured. Jonathan Cotto joining us live. Jonathan, do we know what led up to the shooting?
Good morning, Max, and that's a good question, and that's exactly what police are trying to find out right now. We know the victim was at the intersection when he was shot, so police are not sure if this is an attempted carjacking or a case of road rage, but we do know San Antonio police responded to that intersection located at Cinnamon Creek and Hamilton Wolf just minutes before 11 p.m. last night. The 22-year-old victim was shot in the leg while inside his car, and despite his injury, police tell us the victim drove himself to his apartment down the road and called for help. Max, right now, the only information we know the 22-year-old victim was able to provide police is that the person involved in the shooting was driving a gray vehicle. Of course, all this remains under investigation. We'll update you as more information is made available. Reporting live, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan. Other top stories this morning. Bexar County Sheriff's deputies are searching for a man who allegedly punched a woman in her own home. Take a look on your screen. This is 38-year-old Miguel Lopez. He's accused in the incident that happened back on Tuesday. Deputies say Lopez allegedly entered the woman's home, and when she confronted him, he allegedly punched her in the eye. The woman was able to escape and call 911. When deputies arrived, Lopez was already gone. Deputies later discovered Lopez was out on bond for another family violence charge and has violated a protective order. Anyone with information on his whereabouts asked to call BCSO at 210-335-6000.
All right, the March primary election is set for Tuesday. Early voting ended just Friday, and it was the highest turnout of any other early voting days this year. So on Friday, a total of 21,000 people cast their votes, about 22% of all votes cast in the 11 days of early voting. So here is early voting compared to past primary elections. This year, we saw 97,000 early votes. It seems like a lot, but that's actually about 24,000 votes less than what we saw in 2020.
Again, Election Day is 2 days away. You can scan that QR code that's on your screen right now with your phone to get more Election Day information, like a list of polling locations, which will be open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Tuesday, along with the sample ballot. We will have your election results on air and online.
All right, Russian troops entering Ukraine's second largest city, Kharkiv. It's about 12 miles south of the border with Russia. It's about 300 miles east of Ukraine's capital.
So a Ukrainian official says street fighting has broken out in Kharkiv. Russian troops also put increasing pressure on strategic ports in the country's south, following a wave of attacks on airfields and fuel facilities elsewhere.
All right, so it appears it marks a new phase of Russia's invasion into Ukraine. According to the Kremlin, following its gains on the ground, Russia is sending a delegation to Belarus. That's a country just north of Ukraine, and apparently they want peace talks with Ukraine. Ukraine's President Zelensky suggesting other locations, saying his country was unwilling to meet in Belarus because Belarus actually served as a staging ground for the invasion. Until today, Russia's troops had remained on the outskirts of Kharkiv.
The United States and its European allies have agreed to levy the most potentially crippling sanctions yet on Russia. The new measures announced yesterday include restrictions on Russia's central bank and cutting some banks off from the SWIFT global financial system.
Western officials say the central bank measures will likely send Russia's currency into a free fall, and analysts predict spiraling inflation and bank runs as a result. The new measure could spread the pain of Western sanctions to ordinary Russians for more than previous sanctions.
And locally, some help is on the way to help people in Ukraine thanks to a local bakery and hundreds of its customers. The owners of Laika Cheesecake and Espresso in Alamo Heights, they have delicious cheesecake there, put the word out on social media, and San Antonians responded in a big way. They began lining up. Just take a look at that line outside of the business. That's on Broadway as early as 9 a.m. yesterday, waiting for a chance to buy the baked goods. The owners decided to donate all of the day's proceeds to the people of Ukraine. It's a cause that is near and dear to one of them, who was a native of Ukraine herself.
I'm very, very grateful for all the support that we received, and I expected that people would come and they would support, but not in these quantities, honestly.
The bakery owners say the huge turnout came as a sweet surprise, but it was a bit overwhelming. Going forward, they suggest that people who want to help simply make a donation.
In your other morning headlines, Vegas police saying 14 people were shot just before dawn at a hookah lounge. One man dead, 2 others dealing with critical injuries. The police captain in Vegas saying the shooting happened around 3 a.m. yesterday. Preliminary information indicates there was a party in which 2 people got into a fight. Authorities believe they then started shooting, hitting multiple people. So far, no arrests have been made. No suspect descriptions were available.
Well, 2 new studies claim to provide evidence that COVID-19 started in a wet market in Wuhan, China. The research posted online yesterday indicates coronavirus had its origin in a live animal at the market in late 2019. Researchers believe the animal was more likely a Chinese raccoon dog or a similar sized mammal. One of the authors from the University of Arizona says the data rules out that the theory of the virus being leaked from a lab in Wuhan. The studies join a growing body of research that supports an animal-related origin for the pandemic. But it should be pointed out that neither article has yet to be published in a peer-reviewed medical journal.
All right, we're back here at home. City Council approving contracts for community partners to implement the $185 million SA Ready to Work Education and Job Placement Program. The goal of this program is to place more than 28,000 people into either certification or degree programs and get almost 16,000 of them into high-quality, in-demand jobs. The launch for the program set for April. So to better explain the program, explain the benefits to families in our community, how you can enroll, and if you're eligible, the director of the initiative, Michael Ramsey, is joining us later this morning on Leading SA at 8 a.m. If you have any questions you would like to ask, you still have time. You can submit those questions right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com. Time now, 6:38, 39 degrees out.
Still ahead on GMSA animal testing, still a very passionate debate. Myra Arthur explains why it was important to the KSAT Explains team to take on this subject matter. That's in their latest episode.
Plus, taking care of your health, important for everyone, but for African American women, they have a greater chance at having heart disease. We're going to explain after the break.
39 degrees, still pretty miserable outside at 6:39 this morning, but Sarah Spivey says hope is on the way. The sun finally making an appearance after being in hiding for the last several days. She'll tell us when we come back. Well, February is Black History Month, and this year's theme is Black Health and Wellness. Stephanie Cerna breaks down a top health concern for African American women.
Getting to the heart of the problem is key.
When I was 40, I experienced 3 heart attacks over 3 days. He says, hey, you're too young to be having a heart attack. I had 99% blockage in my main artery known as the Widowmaker. I was completely healthy as far as I knew. No high blood pressure, no cholesterol, nothing. But I was highly stressed.
In the U.S., heart disease is a leading cause of death for African American women. According to the American Heart Association, nearly half of all black women ages 20 and older have heart disease. The Black Heart Association has been working to help with information and access, which helps overall to prevent heart disease in the black community, especially among black women.
As black women, we're always trying to be strong for everyone else. You can't take care of anybody else without taking care of yourself.
And according to the Office of Minority Health in the U.S., African Americans have the highest rate of being overweight or obese. Doctors say the extra weight contributes to the risk of high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes. Stephanie Cerna, KSAT 12 News.
All right, we're back here at home. 6:43, 39 degrees. You doing okay?
I'm doing okay because I'm inside, Sarah.
Yeah, it's cold out there for real outside right now. It's in the 30s and even in the low 40s in some places. But guys, look at the camera behind me. Do you see that sliver of hope?
Oh.
Yes. Horizon there?
In the region.
Yeah, exactly. We are going to see sun today. Skies are clearing across the hill country as we speak, but it is chilly out there right now. It's 40 degrees at the airport and winds are from the north at about 10 miles per hour. So we are going to have a bit of a wind chill today. Take a look at these temperatures. 36 at Bernie Stage Airfield, 41 in Hondo, 40 in New Braunfels, 39 at JBSA Randolph, and 43 at Stinson. But look at that clearing line. It's pushing south. We are going to see the sun here today in a matter of hours. It is 33 in Kerrville and 42 in Del Rio. As I mentioned, winds are from the north at about 10 to 15, so there's actually a bit of a wind chill this morning. You're going to want to bundle up if you have early Sunday morning plans. 34 is what it feels like in San Antonio. It feels like 33 in New Braunfels. It feels like 27 in Kerrville. But again, that clearing line is right on our doorstep, and let me take you through the future cast here. We're going to see skies clear in San Antonio and across that I-35 corridor as early as 8 o'clock this morning. And then skies will be clearing across our southeastern and southern communities as early as about lunch and 11 a.m. to lunch. As far as San Antonio goes, though, we'll see total sunshine by noon. And in the afternoon, it's going to be a sunny and beautiful day. High temperatures today should be right near 60 degrees along that I-35 corridor for New Braunfels, Pleasanton, San Antonio, Kerrville. And then out further to the west, we'll be looking at afternoon highs in the mid-60s, 66 for the high in Del Rio this afternoon. And then looking ahead, things are really going to improve for us. Temperatures are going to be really nice and comfortable. As we start March and in February, temperatures will rebound into the 70s and looking into even the weekend mid-70s for the high temperatures. The one not so great thing is that we really don't have a chance for rain over the next 7 days in San Antonio. And even though it's been damp here in San Antonio over the last few days, we are actually only looking at a few hundredths of an inch of rain that's been falling. At San Antonio International Airport, we've only seen about 3/100ths of an inch of rain, 3/100ths of an inch of rain in Bernie, and as far as New Braunfels go, only 2/100ths of an inch of rainfall. So it really hasn't been very rainy, even though it's been fairly damp. And looking at the 7-day forecast again, we're really not going to see all that much as far as rain chances go. One thing to note is that early tomorrow morning, we are expecting a light freeze in the morning hours. Freezing temperature to start the day tomorrow, so keep those plants inside if they're sensitive to a light freeze. But in the afternoon tomorrow, we'll be looking at highs in the mid to upper 60s. And looking ahead, as I mentioned, a very quiet weather week for us. High temperatures in the mid 70s by the end of the week. Hey, Sarah and Max, what are you going to do with all that sunshine in the week ahead?
Oh,
I'm going to finally bring my plants in, and this is the last time. No more.
Yeah. Well, we could have a freeze later on into March, but it's just going to be something that we have to wait and see. So
thank you, Sarah.
all right. We're still in the thick of rodeo for a little bit. Here are the Grand Champion and Reserve Grand Champion market steer winners from the San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. Grand Champion going to Luke Altman on the left. Ooh, and there you go. And the Reserve Champion, Styles Patton, on the right. Congratulations. Today is the last day of the rodeo. For a list of everything going on right now, just head to ksat.com.
That Reserve Grand Champion, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful steer there.
Not messing around. 647, 39 degrees out.
All right, coming up next, Myra Arthur shares with us why it was important for her and the KSAT Explains team to take on the topic of animal testing. which was the focus of their latest episode.
Now let's take a quick look at those lotto numbers. Did you play?
No, it's not up to 100 million on the
Powerball.
Oh. Mega Millions, I think, just did.
Okay. Pick 3, 800, Fireball 1. Daily 4, 8950, Fireball 5.
Cash 5, 19, 21, 23, 30, 32. Texas Lotto numbers 24, 26, 35, 37, 46, 50. Powerball 15, 32, 36, 48, 64. Powerball 19. Power Play 3.
Good morning, welcome back. Animal testing, it's a topic that's often at the center of passionate debates. This week, it's at the heart of the newest episode of KSAT Explains.
Myra Arthur steps into the breakdown booth with a look at why the team took on this topic.
This is what we call the breakdown booth. This is where any reporter, photographer, producer, anchor, editor can step in here and tell you the story behind a story, or in this case, the reason that we decided to pursue a story. This episode is all about the scientific research done right here in San Antonio that uses animal testing on the campus of Texas Biomedical Research Institute and at the Southwest National Primate Research Center. So several months ago, we did an episode of KSAT Explains, all focused on how Texas Biomed played a role in testing the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine. Pfizer called Texas Biomed, said, you have the resources we need to test this before we move on to human clinical trials. We would like to do that. We did that episode knowing then that we wanted to go back and do more focused just on the animal research part of this. What animals are there? How were they used? What's their daily life like? So we wanted to answer those questions, but also acknowledge that there is a lot of criticism associated with using animals in scientific research. We have seen that from people right here at home just in the last couple of months. In that light, we wanted to look at alternatives. Is there another option for animal testing? And there are solutions underway, alternatives. We explore all of that in this episode of KSAT Explains. So go check it out. You can watch it anytime on demand at ksat.com/explains.
Time now is 6:53, 39 degrees out.
We'll be right back.
Good morning. Coming up here on GMA, the battle in Ukraine intensifying. Russian forces bombarding the capital city and reports of fighting in the streets in other parts of the country amid a rising humanitarian and refugee crisis. The U.S. and other allies imposing new sanctions on Russia and Vladimir Putin while anti-war protests emerge in cities around the world. We have team coverage across the region. Plus, heightened security in Washington, D.C. ahead of President Biden's State of the Union address on Tuesday. Local and federal authorities ramping up resources and response teams as protesters make their way towards the Capitol, some threatening to stop traffic during the president's speech. And Oscar buzz tonight. The Screen Actors Guild Awards will honor the best in film and television, the top names in the running, and the impact the results could have on the Academy Awards next month. It's all ahead here on GMA.
Good morning, I'm Jonathan Cotto. San Antonio police are looking for a person involved in a fight that's left one man hospitalized this morning. Information is limited, but we do know the victim was brought here to BAMC and is said to be in critical condition. This all happening just minutes after midnight. Police tell us the victim was stabbed in his stomach at a food truck on New Braunfels Avenue on the city's east side following an argument. We've learned the victim was able to drive himself to University Health System Robert B. Greene campus and called for help. This morning, police continue searching for the person involved in this situation, and it's unclear if the victim was able to provide any further details to police. Of course, this is the case we'll continue to follow and update you as more information is made available. Reporting Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
What statement did you make by stepping up 2 divisions and beating, such a qualified boxer as him?
I let the boxing world know that I'm a future superstar, future pound-for-pound star, and everyone's talking about it, so I believe that paid off.
All right, tonight on Instant Replay, Raleigh Ramirez going one-on-one with San Antonio's newest world champion boxer, Jesse Bam Rodriguez, plus one of boxing's most popular fighters coming to San Antonio in April. The Spurs wrapping up the rodeo road trip, and Greg will get you ready for the Spurs' final opponent tomorrow. The regular season about to begin for San Antonio FC. They're going to have some new jerseys to wear this season. We have this, so much more tonight on Instant Replay right after the Night Beat.
We are starting to see a sliver of clear skies there on the horizon at the airport, but it's still cloudy and cold outside, 40 degrees, and winds are from the northwest breezy, gusting up to about 20 miles per hour. There's that clearing line. It's already through Kerrville, already through Del Rio, already through Austin. It's coming to San Antonio, and we're going to see temperatures rebound once we see that sun. For the first time in a while, seeing sun as early as 10 o'clock this morning, and then 60 degrees for the high temperature today, the warmest we've been since Tuesday. Those winds will be breezy from the north at 10 to 15, gusting up to 25. But I welcome that sunshine. It's going to be chilly tonight with temperatures falling to near freezing early tomorrow morning. We'll have a light freeze in San Antonio, but no more mornings of freezes after that, at least for the week ahead. We can't rule out for the entirety of the month of March, but things are looking great for that first week of March. We'll be chilly in the morning and comfortable in the afternoon with highs near 70 degrees and even in the low 70s by the end of the week. Unfortunately, the thing that's missing in that forecast, rain chances. We really don't have a good chance for rain in the next 7 days, and drought conditions are worsening.
After the mist all day, I know we need the rain.
Yeah.
But I'll take the sun.
I think we're all welcoming the sunshine.
Thank you, Sarah.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. We're going to take an hour-long break for Good Morning America, but we'll see you back here 8 a.m.
See you at 8.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Breaking news this morning, Russian President Vladimir Putin ordering Russian nuclear deterrent forces on alert. We have the latest on the situation overseas.
A man is rushed to the hospital after he's stabbed during an argument. The details next.
And back here at home, Sarah Spivey telling us there is sunshine on the horizon. The first time we may see the sun since Tuesday. We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments. But until then, good morning, 8 o'clock this Sunday, February 27th.
I'm so excited that it's 40 degrees. And did the mist stop?
Yes,
Sarah? Okay.
And in fact, guys, take a look behind me. What are we seeing there? We're seeing blue skies. The sun is coming out in San Antonio, clearing line moving through the Alamo City as we speak. It is still chilly, though, out there. It's 40 degrees, and we do have a stout wind from the north at 20 miles per hour, gusting up to 28 miles per hour. So a breezy start to our day, but I don't know. I'm so excited that we're seeing the sun. The first time I've been this excited for sunshine in quite some time because, again, it's been cloudy since Wednesday here in San Antonio. We're seeing skies clear. Temperatures are going to be on the rise. We'll be at 51 at noon and 60 degrees for the high temperature today. The last time we were this warm was Tuesday, and Tuesday we got up to 88 degrees. So this is the warmest we've been since Tuesday, and those winds will be with us throughout the day, though, gusting up to 25 miles per hour. So what's up with the weather? What do you need to know? We're seeing those skies clear. It's going to be warm in the afternoon, well, at least pleasant in the afternoon, and then in the week ahead, we're going to have beautiful spring-like weather. So coming up in the forecast, we'll talk about what that looks like as we end February and start March. Sarah and Max.
Thank you, Sarah. We begin this hour with breaking news out of Russia. The Associated Press reporting that President Vladimir Putin ordering Russian nuclear deterrent forces on high alert amid tensions over the West over his invasion of Ukraine.
So speaking at a meeting with his top officials, Putin asserted on Sunday that leading NATO powers had made, quote, aggressive statements along with the West imposing hard-hitting financial sanctions against Russia, including the president himself.
All right, so President Putin ordering the Russian defense minister and the chief of the military's general staff to put the nuclear deterrent forces in a quote-unquote special regime of combat duty. We're going to have much more on the invasion and what is happening in Ukraine throughout the show. All right, but for right now, we have the latest happening here at home. San Antonio police searching for the suspect believed to be responsible for stabbing a man in the stomach and then taking off. So this was a situation just after midnight on North New Braunfels Avenue. It happened at a taco truck. Now, investigators telling us the victim and suspect, they were arguing when the suspect allegedly stabbed the victim. Now, that man who was stabbed, he was able to get away from the attacker. He drove himself to the hospital. At last check, he was in serious condition. And at last check, no suspect has been arrested yet.
Ukraine's health minister saying that nearly 200 people have died and more than 1,000 wounded in the Russian invasion. Today, European Union foreign ministers are expected to hold an urgent meeting to consider more action against Moscow.
All right, so in Russia, small anti-war protests continuing in big Russian city, St. Petersburg, along with other surrounding areas. Police actually detaining some demonstrators. There's a full team of reporters on the ground in that region covering the crisis from all angles. Here's ABC's Ian Pannell.
This morning, intense battles reported in Ukraine's second largest city, Kharkiv, as Russian forces enter the city. But Ukrainian troops mounting what appears to be a strong defense. Heavy overnight bombardment was followed by what the Ukrainian Defense Ministry says is 2 armed units pushing into Kharkiv today. One appears to have been disabled amid social media videos of street fighting. At least 240 civilian casualties have been reported, including 64 dead, although the true number is likely higher. The Russian attacks also focusing on key infrastructure. We filmed a massive fire burning south of Kyiv, lighting up the night sky after an oil refinery was struck. Although Russian forces are more powerful, Ukrainian troops and civilians are putting up a stiff fight. But the Kremlin this morning claiming more than 400 Ukrainian service members have surrendered. The country's President Zelensky refusing to leave the capital, rallying his countrymen, saying, "We will keep fighting, and if babies come into this world, even under shelling and fire, then the enemy has no chance in this war." US officials saying that more than 50% of the 150,000 Russian troops amassed outside of Ukraine are now inside the country. In Kyiv, the military and civilian volunteers lining up to receive weapons, ready to dig in and fight to protect the capital.
We want to make sure that the world knows that Russia's main target is right now to take the city.
Under curfew and the threat of bombardment at any time, Ukraine 24 anchors moving their reporting to a parking garage. All major news networks now working together. And for many trapped in Kyiv, life has moved underground. Whole families finding shelter in underground metro stations. This is now a nationwide effort. Alina Mishkor is baking bread for the troops. She spoke to us from inside her darkened home, leaving the lights off for safety.
If we are attacked from air, we actually have no shelter because we live in the private house and it's very old. It wouldn't stand the shots.
We do have some breaking news according to the Associated Press. Ukraine's president's office says Ukrainian envoys will meet with Russian diplomats as Russian troops draw closer to Kyiv, and we'll keep you updated on the situation. But locally, some help is on the way to people in Ukraine thanks to a local bakery and hundreds of its customers. The owners of Laika Cheesecake and Espresso in Alamo Heights put the word out on social media, and San Antonio responded in a big way. They began lining up outside the business on Broadway as early as 9 a.m. yesterday, waiting for a chance to buy those baked goods. The owners decided to donate all of the day's proceeds to the people of Ukraine. It's a cause that is near and dear to one of them, who is a native of Ukraine herself.
I'm very, very grateful for all the support that we received, and I expected that people would come and they would support, but not in these quantities, honestly.
Well, the bakery owners say the huge turnout came as a sweet surprise, but it was a bit overwhelming. So going forward, they suggest that people, they want to donate, they want to help out, just simply to make a donation. And their cheesecake, out of this world.
All right, so City Council approving contracts for community partners implementing the $200 million SA Ready to Work program. The goal of this program is to place more than 28,000 people into either certification or degree programs and get almost 16,000 into high-quality, in-demand jobs. And the exciting part is the launch of the program is set for April.
So joining us in today's Leading SA segment is Michael Ramsey, director of the initiative. Good morning, Mr. Ramsey. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
We've been covering this program since its inception. Now it was finally approved by City Council. Explain what it can mean for the future of our community.
SA Ready to Work is a unique program on the scale of which no other municipality in the country is making this type of an investment in its people. SA Ready to Work has the potential to provide the talent base necessary for continued economic growth for companies that exist here today in San Antonio, as well as attracting new and emerging companies with good, high-quality jobs for its people. So we believe that alignment between the skills that those companies are looking for and the talent base that we have here in San Antonio could be a game changer economically for our community.
So, Mr. Ramsey, San Antonio is growing, when it comes to population and technology. We are seeing more and more high-tech businesses coming into our city. So how does this program help get people ready for that shift in employment needs?
As those jobs continue to flood into the San Antonio community, the people who live here have to be equipped with the skills and the education that's necessary to be qualified to fill those jobs. We know that a high quality job is the answer to many of society's ills, such as affordable housing. Having a good high quality job will help make housing more affordable, access to transportation. If you had a good job, you can afford that car. Making sure that individuals in the community have those access to those training and education programs to be competitive for those jobs when they arrive, and the jobs that are already existing here in our community is going to help those segments of the population who have been historically underserved and on the outside of those career pathways to get a leg in and make sure that our talent base here is strong for decades to come.
All right, so this program is expected to help thousands and thousands of San Antonians. So make the pitch. Why should someone enter the program, and what does that process look like? How long does it take?
If you're a citizen here in San Antonio and you've been unemployed or underemployed and you're looking for that pathway to get onto track to getting a career in an in-demand area and high growth, high wage sectors here in our city, call 311. It's as simple as that. And we can pre-register you for the program that starts in April. And you'll be assigned once those case management agencies are up, live, and running later on this spring. You'll be assigned a case manager who's going to help to coach, mentor, and guide you and help you to navigate through the educational process to make sure that you matriculate through that training and development program in an area that meets your interests, your skills, your aptitude, and is aligned with a good paying job here in San Antonio. That is our commitment to you. And take this opportunity to allow the community to wrap its arms of support around you to help you to achieve your goals.
And before we let you go, are there any prerequisites for this program for people to get involved?
Yeah. You have to be at least 18 years old, permitted to work in the United States, not currently enrolled in college, and have a household income of less than 250% of the federal poverty level, which is about $33,000 for an individual, about $69,000 for a family of four. Got to be willing to take some assessments so we can figure out where you're at as far as academically, and committed to completing the program. If you've got those pieces in your toolbox and you fit that criteria, this program is designed to help you.
All right, Mr. Ramsey, it's as easy as calling 311.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank y'all. Have a great day.
You too. And anyone who missed any part of that interview, want to hear more about the program or more what Mr. Ramsey has to say, we have the whole thing. Just head to ksat.com. Time now, 8:11, 40 degrees out.
A food forest just planted on the south side will provide more than shade, but generations to come. That story straight ahead.
And San Antonians coming together in prayer this morning for the people of Ukraine. We are live from San Fernando Cathedral next.
Taking a look outside with live cam, 40 degrees at 8:11 this morning. Sarah Spivey saying it's going to be a beautiful day with the sun finally making an appearance since Tuesday. It's been hiding from us, but she'll have more on that when we come back.
Good morning and welcome back. We've been covering the situation overseas between Ukraine and Russia extensively. And today, happening here at home, prayers for peace in the situation at the San Fernando Cathedral.
So Jonathan Cotto joins us live from that mass. Good morning, Jonathan. So what's taking place right now?
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Max. Well, this morning, two special liturgies praying for peace in Ukraine here at the San Fernando Cathedral. This morning, I did have the opportunity of speaking with Archbishop Gustavo, who is in purple vestment today, signifying prayer, solidarity, fasting, and mourning, given the situation in Ukraine. Once again, I did speak with Archbishop, who's presiding over this Sunday morning service. He says typically their vestment is green ahead of Lent, but today the church and the community is gathering in prayer, making special petitions for peace. Right now, those bells tolling, all signifying the well wishes they have for the people in Ukraine and the Ukraine government. Right now, inside a white candle cloth, dressed in Ukraine's flag colors. Again, the message here is prayer, solidarity, all for Ukraine. We'll be speaking with the Archbishop in the next half hour and bring you those details. Reporting live from downtown, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan.
All right, well, as you saw, Jonathan was layered up. It's because it's cold out there. 40 degrees, Sarah Spivey, but
it looked like the sun was coming out.
It's cold, but the sun is out. I'm so excited. Take a look at the satellite imagery. You know, we started the early morning hours off with cloud cover, but look at that very well-defined clearing line there that's working its way south. It's already cleared through Austin, through Kerrville, and it's working its way through downtown San Antonio right now as we speak. So the southern half of Bexar County in clouds, the northern half in complete sunshine. The reason I'm so excited about the sun is because it has been cloudy since the evening hours of Tuesday. We have not seen the sun since Tuesday here in San Antonio. And that's not the only thing we're going to see today. We're going to see the warmest temperatures we've seen since Tuesday, too. So there's a look at the airport, looking out there to the west, and you can see that sun out and about. 40 degrees at the airport. Winds, though, are breezy today. We're dealing with a wind from the north at 20 miles per hour. It's gusting up to 28 miles per hour. Wind gusts of 25 to 30 miles per hour are possible early this morning. And as Max and Sarah mentioned, it's still cold out there, even though we're seeing the sun. It's 33 in Kerrville, 39 in Rio Medina, 40 in Hondo, 40 in New Braunfels, 38 in Canyon Lake, 34 in Bandera, 31 in Los Maples, below freezing in Los Maples, and below freezing in Rock Springs early this morning at 30 degrees, 40 in Del Rio, 44 in Cotulla, and 40 in Beeville. But again, that clearing line is racing to the south, so that by about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock this morning, we're going to have full sun around Bexar County, and even our southern counties, southeastern counties are going to see this full sun by about lunch. Otherwise, a sunny and beautiful day for us. Although it's not going to be warm outside, temperatures will be the warmest they've been since Tuesday. We'll be looking at a high temperature right near 60 degrees around that I-35 corridor and even up into the hill country, 60 degrees for the high. Off to the west toward Del Rio, 66 for the high temperature, 64 in Eagle Pass, and down near Laredo, it'll be near 60 degrees as well. So a great day to enjoy the weekend outdoors. The rest of the weekend outdoors, we've been cooped up inside with the chilly and damp weather. 10 will be at 44, so again, still chilly this morning, and even at noon we'll be in the low to mid 50s. It's still going to be a mostly cool day, but again, 60 degrees is the warmest we've been since Tuesday. North winds gusting up to 25 miles per hour. If you have evening plans tonight, bring that jacket with you. It's going to get chilly. As soon as the sun sets, temperatures will fall into the 40s. All right, quiet across the Central Plains. We've got a high pressure system in place that's moving over Texas as we speak, and so in the week ahead, we're going to have fairly quiet and comfortable weather. By Monday, tomorrow afternoon, we'll be in the mid to upper 60s. On Tuesday and Wednesday, as that high moves overhead, we'll be looking at 70 degrees for the high temperature and even warmer as we head into the weekend. Now, although the weather is going to be beautiful, the negative side is that we're not going to have any rain. And even though we've had damp conditions over the last few days, it really hasn't amounted to much at the airport. And we're still dealing with some drought that's expanding in from the west. Severe drought out in Del Rio and in Eagle Pass, and even some extreme drought across the Winter Garden region and down near Cotulla and in Webb County. Here in San Antonio, we're starting to see moderate drought creep on in from the west. And again, without any significant rain in the forecast over the next 7 days, that drought is probably going to expand, unfortunately. Take a look at the temperatures. Tomorrow morning, we are going to see a light freeze. So if you want to keep your plants in for another day, that might be a good idea, but still it's going to be a quick warm up as we see high temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, 66 degrees tomorrow, 70s Tuesday through the end of the week as we start March. March is going to be coming in like a lamb instead of a lion. So very nice out there.
Ooh, I like the lamb.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. 820, 40 degrees out.
A food forest has just been planted on the city's south side. What this is and what it means for our community. Welcome back. The dream of going to college is coming true for some 4,000 school students in Chicago. Hope Chicago, an organization in Chicago that has partnered with 20 colleges, informs students at 5 public schools that their tuition, room, board, books, and fees will all be paid for. Hope Chicago's initiative that raises funding for college tuition scholarships.
All right, some newly planted trees will be providing more than just shade at Padre Park in the city's south side. Volunteers from the Food Policy Council of San Antonio, they planted a food forest. 60 trees anchored into the ground yesterday at the park. Those trees will grow pecans, figs, mulberry, plums, and pears. So the planting event even included an indigenous blessing ceremony from the organization American Indians of Texas. Members of the nonprofit group says the trees planted will thrive in that area. Time now, 8:24, 40 degrees out.
Police are looking for a suspect at this hour after a man is shot on the city's northwest side. We have the story straight ahead.
And as the situation continues on in Ukraine, politics coming to the forefront. We have the details coming up. Good morning, welcome back, and happy Sunday. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Costa. It's Sunday, February 27th. We're almost done with February.
I know it's your second least favorite month?
It's my second least favorite, followed by my first, January. But we're about to get into my two favorite, March and April, because hopefully spring will be here soon, but it's not here quite yet, Sarah.
Well, it is chilly outside right now, but Sarah, skies are clearing as we speak, and many are seeing the sun for the first time since Tuesday. Let's take a look outside with satellite and temperatures. It is chilly. It's 40 degrees at the airport, but can you see that clearing line of clouds? I can. It's still cloudy near Stinson and in Pleasanton, but there's that line of clouds as it's pushing off to the south. So we're seeing full sun in Hondo, Castroville, Bernie Stage Airfield, New Braunfels, Kerrville. It's cold though out there this morning. Temperatures in the 30s and 40s. And in a wider view here, still fairly cloudy out near Gonzales and in Carrizo Springs, but everybody is going to see the sunshine today. We'll be looking at clearing skies through about noon. Plenty of sunshine for our counties to the south and to the east of San Antonio as well. Now, it is windy. Winds are from the north, sustained at 20 miles per hour. That is giving us a bit of a wind chill in the air, but it's still a gorgeous, gorgeous day outside and the final day for the rodeo. So if you're planning on heading to downtown San Antonio to enjoy the rodeo, know it's going to be lovely outside, a little on the cool side, but the warmest we've been since Tuesday, so 60 degrees for the high. North winds again breezy at 10 to 15, gusting up to 25. The week ahead looks beautiful and a nice change from the damp and dreary weather we've been seeing over the last few days. I'll have a look at that coming up in a few minutes. Max and Sarah.
Well, another man also drives himself away from danger after he shot an intersection on the northwest side. This happened before 11 last night in the 8700 block of Cinnamon Creek, where it meets Hamilton Wolf Road. Police say the man was shot in the lower leg. He was able to drive himself to an apartment down the road and called police. Now, police say they believe the man was a victim of road rage or a carjacking attempt.
All right, big news out of the rodeo. I want to say congratulations to Luke Altman and Styles Patton, the grand champion and reserve grand champion market steer winners from this year's San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo. Altman on the left winning grand champion, and Patton on the right winning reserve grand champion. Altman steer bringing in $109,000. And we know the rodeo and stock show, they do a great job with scholarships and helping out education here in and around our community. So congratulations to both. All right, so early voting is over. The March primary is fast approaching. It is happening this Tuesday. And here's the thing. The last day of early voting, it had the highest turnout that we've seen so far this year. Friday alone saw a total of 21,000 people casting their votes. That's about 22% of all the votes cast in the 11 days of early voting. Here's early voting compared to past primary elections. This year, we saw 97,000 early votes. And although that seems like a lot, it's still about 24,000 less than what we saw in 2020. All right, so there's probably a lot of questions out there about voting, about what you need to know. So to make it easier, we consolidated all that information. All you have to do, head to ksat.com. You can pull out your phone, take out the camera app, scan the QR code on the screen right now. You can find a list of polling locations. They're going to be open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Tuesday. We also have a sample ballot and all of the election information you need to know. It takes you right to ksat.com. Now to your morning headlines. One person dead, 13 others injured after a gunman opens fire at a Las Vegas hookah lounge. So Vegas police believe that the shooting actually stemmed from an argument during a party inside the hookah lounge. Investigators believe there may have been two shooters involved, both of which have not yet been caught. Police say the shooting was an isolated situation.
Officers in Indianapolis are investigating a shooting at a Jewish community center's gym. Police say two people were taken to the hospital in stable condition after both were shot. Authorities say they do not believe the shooting is a hate crime, but may be connected to disturbance possibly related to a basketball game. They say the shooting happened during open gym at the center. The shooter ran from the scene. Police are still looking for that person.
And a huge drug bust. Investigators say the scent of onions not enough to conceal the scent of meth from a canine unit. Authorities seizing nearly $3 million worth of illegal drugs hidden inside of a shipment of what was supposed to be onions. A canine unit with the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Agency sniffing out the stash of meth during an investigation at a truck stop at a federal facility in San Diego. Authorities finding nearly 2,000 packages of meth. And here's the thing, it had a street value of an estimated $2.9 million. The packages shaped like onions to blend in with the actual onions in the shipment. Officers arresting the driver, an unidentified Mexican citizen.
Detectives in Santa Ana, California are looking for the man who they say stole $1 million worth of COVID-19 tests. They say the man was a manager at a warehouse where the tests were being stored. According to detectives, the manager accessed the database and had been rerouting 100 separate shipments to have them delivered to his home instead of the warehouse since the end of December up until a few weeks ago. Police are hoping a tip will lead them to the accused manager. Well, now to the latest moves from the Biden administration. More U.S. weapons on the way, including those surface-to-air missiles.
Obviously, we're talking about the situation between Ukraine and Russia. A lot of breaking news going on throughout the morning. But there's a rise in pressure on Moscow with more economic sanctions from countries around the world. ABC's Mary Alice Parks explains.
This morning, the U.S. and European partners looking to make the Kremlin pay a stiff price for its invasion on Ukraine, announcing another round of severe financial punishments designed to further sever ties between Russian banks and the rest of the world.
So at this point, we're talking about the most maximal type of sanctions that we can apply against a major economy that's integrated with not just the European economy, but the global economy. So these are significant.
The group of Western countries now moving to bar some Russian banks from the SWIFT system that facilitates foreign transactions. And they're also taking aim at the Russian central bank in a major move that could lock up over $600 billion the Russian government has in savings abroad. A senior U.S. administration official telling reporters that Russia's war chest of foreign reserves is, quote, only powerful if Putin can use it. The White House arguing the ruble will fall even further. And from the public to the very private, jets, yachts, and mansions in the U.S. and Europe owned by Russian elites now targets too. The White House promising a new task force to identify, hunt down, and freeze the assets of Russian companies and oligarchs who have already been sanctioned. Mary Alice Parks, ABC News, Wilmington, Delaware.
So there's a lot of breaking news coming out this morning from the situation in Ukraine and Russia. The first piece of news this morning was that Russia's President Vladimir Putin put nuclear forces on high alert due to aggressive statements.
That's right. And in just the last half hour, we learned a Ukrainian delegation will meet with Russian officials for talks on the Ukraine-Belarus border. Clearly a lot going on. And people here at home in San Antonio, they want to help out, too. That is why there's actually a special mass being offered to pray for peace. It's all happening at San Fernando Cathedral this morning, and that's where we find our Jonathan Cotto live. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning, Max. Good morning, Sarah. Well, not your typical Sunday morning mass here at the San Fernando Cathedral. Inside, just a number of folks here, San Antonio residents, congregated all with one purpose, and that's praying for peace in Ukraine. Now, I did have the opportunity of speaking with Archbishop Gustavo, who says he typically would be in green ahead of Lent this Wednesday, but today his vestment is purple. Purple signifying sorrow, signifying mourning, fasting. And the reason why they're wearing purple is because of the situation in Ukraine. And of course, today the church, the community gathering in prayer, those special petitions inside, the bells tolling right now, all for one reason, one cause, and that's peace in Ukraine. An important detail that I noticed while I was inside the cathedral, a white candle right at the forefront of the cathedral inside, dressed in Ukraine's colors, blue and yellow. And that's the message here from San Fernando Cathedral, peace for Ukraine. Reporting from downtown, Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Jonathan.
8:37, 40 degrees out.
General Motors is trying a new way to generate profits in a non-car way. We'll explain next.
And a driver calling police after discovering the brakes on his vehicle didn't work. We have the efforts to try to slow him down, all caught on camera.
You know what is finally working today, Max? The sun. I mean, it's always working, but it's out. 40 degrees at 8:38 this morning. Sarah Spivey will have our Sunday sunny forecast for us when we come back.
The Russian invasion of Ukraine. Sunday, tracking Putin and the Russian military's next steps and Biden's response. What will this mean for the U.S.? And with cybersecurity concerns, real-time reports inside Ukraine. Sunday on ABC's This Week with George.
Well, YouTube is following and joining Facebook in its efforts to stop a number of Russian channels from monetizing their social media content. YouTube implemented their ban yesterday. Meta, the parent company of Facebook, announced their ban on Friday. YouTube is restricting access to channels like Russia's RT, Russia's 24, and TASS, which Ukrainians view as propaganda. The platform has also removed thousands of videos that violated its policies by engaging in coordinated misinformation campaigns. And just like many other industries, cruise lines that usually stop at ports in Ukraine and Russia will be sailing right past them as war rages on in that region. Norwegian Cruise Line, Regent 7 Seas Cruises, Oceania Cruises, Viking Cruises, and Atlas Ocean Voyages are removing stops in St. Petersburg and canceling launches from Kyiv.
All right, latest numbers from the Labor Department here at home. Fewer Americans are actually collecting unemployment benefits. Officials with the agency says, according to the latest count, 1,476,000 workers across the United States, they're collecting jobless aid. And here's the thing, that is the lowest number in 52 years.
Well, General Motors is trying to turbocharge by doing the non-car revenue. The car maker plans to sell 50 new digital features and services by 2026. The new products will help drivers and passengers with tasks like online shopping and car maintenance predictions. Some of the digital features take advantage of larger displays that GM is installing in future electric vehicles. And before we show the video, we want you to know the baby in the video is said to be okay. So just go ahead and take a look at this. A freak accident in Argentina. You are seeing a baby laying in the middle of the street. That baby fell out of a moving car and onto the road. The incident captured it all on camera, and it shows drivers swerving to avoid hitting that child. A bystander swooped in for the save, and medics say the child is in good health.
Wow. And speaking of crazy video, dramatic dash cam video of a crash involving a driver whose brakes failed on a highway in Lubbock last week. The driver barely in control at speeds nearly 100 miles an hour. Police say the driver told them they had no way to slow the car down. The driver tried several methods, could not get the car to stop. Eventually, a police car moved in front of it, tried to use its brakes to slow the vehicle. The driver hit the police car, then another before crashing. Amazingly, the driver suffered only minor injuries. So in both situations, glad to see that the baby was okay and this driver also okay. But wow.
That's pretty hard video to watch there. All right, it's 41 degrees, Sarah, and the sun, you say, is making its debut.
It's coming out. A very clear clearing line is moving across south central Texas. And guys, I'm happy to see the sun. Now, it's not necessarily going to be a warm day today, but it is going to be a sunny day, and that is an improvement in my book. Outside right now, looking at the airport, you're seeing that right, sunny skies at the airport, 40 degrees, and there is a stout wind from the north at about 20 miles per hour, gusting up to 30 miles per hour. So it is going to be breezy with that north wind, and temperatures are going to be in the 50s pretty much for most of the day. So cool, but sunny, and that is, again, a welcome change. Take a look at these temperatures out there right now. It's 40 in Hondo, 45 in Castroville, 40 in New Braunfels, 36 at Bernie Stage Airfield. But you can clearly see the clearing line there. It's still cloudy in southern Bexar County, but don't worry, you're about to get the sunshine here in just a few minutes. A wider view, and you can see that clearing line even more clearly as it's pushing on down south into Maverick County. But it's sunny out in Del Rio right now, 40 degrees, still freezing in Rock Springs, and 34 in Fredericksburg. And again, it is still going to be chilly today, but much warmer than what we've been dealing with over the last few days. Last few days, we've been stuck in the 30s. and we're already seeing temperatures warming up into the 40s out there right now. Winds from the north, as I mentioned, stout. 20-mile-per-hour sustained wind. We will see gusts of up to 25 to 30 miles per hour today. And because we're having that stout wind, there's still a wind chill out there. So it feels like it's 30, even though it's 40. It feels like it's 30 in New Braunfels, and it feels like it's in the 20s in Kerrville. Now, once those temperatures get above 50 degrees, there won't be a wind chill, but still a chilly morning, but we are seeing the sun. So I'm trying to find that silver lining here for us, and I think we can all be grateful for the sunshine. By mid-morning, that clearing line will be pushing further south into our coastal communities, and all of us will be seeing the sun by about noon and by lunch. And as far as afternoon temperatures go, here's a look at what it's going to be this afternoon. Right around 60 degrees around the I-35 corridor and up into the hill country and the San Antonio metro area. But out west toward Del Rio, 66 degrees for the high temperature. And again, we haven't seen temperatures above 60 degrees since Tuesday of last week when we were in the 80s. We had that strong cold front move through, and that kept our temperatures in the 30s throughout several days in a row. So a welcome change here for us. Take a look at today's forecast. By 10, we'll be at 44, 51 at noon, 57 at 2, 60 for that high temperature. North winds today gusting up to 25 miles per hour. If you have evening plans tonight, bring that coat with you because it is going to get chilly very quickly after the sun sets shortly after 6:30. So Sunday night plans, maybe you're going to go to the rodeo for the last night or just enjoy a night out and about. You're going to want that jacket with you. But look at the improvement to high temperatures as we head into the first week of March. We'll be looking at highs in the 70s and even in the low 70s by the end of the week. Now, I do have to say there is a lack of rain in the forecast over the next 7 days. And even though we've had damp conditions since Wednesday, it has not amounted to much. As far as rainfall goes, we've only seen 3/100ths of an inch of rain at the airport, 3/100ths of an inch of rain up near Boerne, even less in New Braunfels, 2/100ths of an inch of rain, and in Seguin, a measly 1/100th of an inch of rainfall. So even though we had that gray weather, it did not amount to much as far as rainfall is concerned, and we are starting to see moderate to extreme drought work its way in from the west. And so in the forecast over the next 7 days, yes, beautiful weather, but again, no significant chance for rainfall for us. Another thing I want to mention is that early tomorrow morning, there will be a light freeze. Temperatures should bottom out right near 32 degrees at San Antonio International Airport. So a cold start tomorrow, a freezing start tomorrow, but after the freezing start tomorrow morning, no more freezes over the next 7 days for us, and high temperatures will slowly rebound back into the low to mid 70s by the weekend. Max and Sarah, what do you think about the sunshine?
I like it. I love it. I want more of it.
Hey.
All right, Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. So it is February 27th. Wanted to give a special birthday shout out to my little brothers, Leo and Phil.
They're not so little, Max.
They're not so little.
Are they taller than you?
They both are, in fact, taller than me. They can't dunk on me, so it doesn't matter. Although right now I can't dunk either, so here we are.
And they're twins.
They are twins, Leo and Phil. Happy birthday, and I expect a family FaceTime later.
Happy birthday.
But for now, 8:49, 41 degrees out.
Well, eating smarter can lead to you being healthier, but do you know what foods are better for your health? Issues tomorrow on GMSA, we're talking about a healthy eating IQ and how to find out what's yours.
In the news you need to know before you go, a lot going on between Ukraine and Russia, and this morning, people here at home trying to help out. Archbishop Gustavo holding 2 special masses, offering San Antonians an opportunity to come together to pray for the peace of the people of Ukraine. A lot of people gathering inside San Fernando Cathedral, many saying they are working together for peace. This is going on for at least the next 7 minutes.
San Antonio police are looking for a suspect who stabbed a man in the stomach, then took off. Police say the stabbing happened just before midnight on New Braunfels Avenue at a taco truck. They tell us the victim and the suspect were arguing when the stabbing occurred. The victim was able to get away from his attacker and drove himself to the hospital, according to police. And at last check, he was in serious condition. No suspect has been arrested.
What statement did you make by stepping up 2 divisions and beating, such a qualified boxer as him?
I let the boxing world know that I'm a future superstar, future pound for pound star, and everyone's talking about it, so I believe that paid off.
All right, tonight on Instant Replay, Larry Ramirez going one-on-one with San Antonio's newest world champion boxer, Jesse Bam Rodriguez, plus one of boxing's most popular fighters coming to San Antonio in April. The Spurs about to wrap up the rodeo road trip. Greg Simmons is going to get you ready for the Spurs' final opponent tomorrow. The regular season about to begin for San Antonio FC, and they got some new swag, new jerseys to wear this season. We have this, so much more tonight. Instant Replay right after the Night Beat.
The sun is out in San Antonio. It's still chilly, though. 42 degrees at the airport, 43 in New Braunfels. It's 36 at Bernie Stage Airfield and 35 in Kerrville. You can see that clearing line very clearly as it pushes on down to the south. So even though Pleasanton and Gonzales, you're still in the clouds, you're going to see the sun here shortly. And by the way, even though it's going to be a sunny day, it's still going to be a cool day, just the warmest we've had since Tuesday. We'll be looking at winds from the north gusting up to 25 to 30 miles per hour in the 50s at noon and right near 60 degrees for the afternoon. A welcome change to see temperatures rising instead of just hanging out in the 30s like they have the last few days. It is going to get chilly, though, tonight. Temperatures will fall after the sunset. We'll be at freezing early tomorrow morning, a light freeze for us, 66 for the high temperature tomorrow. And then look as those temperatures improve. Temperatures in the low 70s. By the week's end, we'll be in the mid 70s. The one negative part of this forecast is that drought is increasing and we don't have a chance for rain in the forecast over the next 7 days, but I'm celebrating this.
I call this a win too, Sarah. I mean, I actually laid out on the sun on Tuesday.
Whoa.
I was working from home and
when it was in the 80s?
Yes. And I was red and yeah, it was, and then this happened the last 4 days.
Hey, we don't have the pollen count in yet, but as soon as we get it, I'll post it on ksat.com.
Thank you, Sarah.
Sarah Spivey, thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your Sunday.
Have a good Sunday.